Hello everyone. Today I'm going to start machine learning sessions from today. First, we'll start to directly jump into the uh, context. I mean, like content, like what we are going to cover. Okay, so I have some slide which I'm trying to prepare here. So I will show you like what we are trying to explain and what right. And the first thing I want to discuss is like what is machine learning, right? The simple things I won't give like much textbooks related definitions, but I can tell you like for example whenever you search like into for a Google like okay like where is like Taj Mahal or any other like famous attraction, right? So it will that input go to the system and it will search for multiple things and multiple blocks, multiple pages, then it will give the data to you, right? It's kind of like that, okay? Like giving the data to the machine and it will give the output to it, right? That's how initial version of like how we will interact with the machine. But the thing is like in the next version will be like we will make the system to learn from all the possible outcomes, right? So for example, you are training um, a person, right? Like if you're, for example, you have a kid and you are training multiplication or a subtraction to your kid, and you are make your kid to learn like how to do subtraction or addition, right? So by that, like after a few days, after learning from you, then by after a few days, right? So he will get learn from you, and he will, whenever you provide a problems to him, like subtraction or addition, he will solve it and give you the results. The same way it will do the mission. Okay, so just replace your kit with a mission. So that's the machine learning. Okay, so we have to make the system to learn, right? And get the possible outcomes from it. Okay, so yeah, so there were like multiple learnings will be there. Like there will be two types of concepts were there, like supervised learning and unsupervised learning. Today we will discuss about like what is supervised learning. Okay, so supervised now it's I will tell you like what's supervised learning, right? The supervised learning is like you are getting a output from the infinite number of possible outcomes. So possible outcomes is nothing but like you have given a like for example if we take a subtraction, right? If we given a like 10 subtraction problems with the results, okay? So if you give that like all the like questions and answers, right? If you give it and the machine will learn from it, and whenever you provide another problem, then it will solve and it will provide you the result. So that's how it will work. Okay, and also in the supervised learning, like it's there is supervised learning is like there are two types of algorithms we'll have to talk about in this. Like the first is regression and the next one is the classification. Okay, so before going there, so first talk about like in which areas till now this supervised learning was implemented and how we are using those, right? So I think you guys already know it, so but I still I'm taking those examples to explain more about it. Okay, so yeah, that's how it is. And if we come to here, like what is supervised learning? So it's a type of machine learning. It uses the labeled data to train the model. So finally, we are training a model. So the same example which I mentioned in the beginning, right? So training your kid like about the subtraction and addition. In the similar way, you have to come up with the question and answers and train your model. Then finally, it will whenever you give the input, it will give the output. Okay, so that's how it will works. If you see here, this was a like supervised learning cycle. Like first you feed the data, like input data which provide to the model, then model process data, so model analyzes the input the data, and model produce a predicted output. Okay, and evaluate output, like product output is accessed assessed for accuracy, and refined model is the model is adjusted based on the evaluation. So this was the the properly in IT industry, whoever look working on the machine learning concepts, right, or machine learning engineering, so they will follow this cycle to get a good product which gives the good output, right? So that's how it works. And coming to the next one, like, yeah, if you go to the examples, right? So one good example where everyone can open and see, that is like email spam detection. So in the Gmail, right? So whenever you go there, if you click on the spam emails, then you will get a so many emails. If you see that none of the emails is useful for you, because those are all related to ads, right? Ads or offers or anything. Like for example, whenever you go to any shopping mall, right? So they will ask you, can I have your number or email ID? If you give the email ID, you will keep on gets the alert from that. Okay, if you go to the spam emails, maybe you can see this, right? So those are very good thing to have, this one like spam emails. Sometimes people will send an email, but still it will be sitting in a spam email. So yeah, that's how it works, right? So for example, it looks for the certain patterns or like patterns or keywords it look for, and once that particular thing is detected, then it will be saved under the spam emails. Okay. So and it will make sure whether this is spam or not spam. So this was the basic example which we can see in any Gmail, anyone Gmail's account, right? And coming to the next one, the credit card fraud detection. So this any bank was using this algorithms, is the popular one. So the thing is like transaction data was labeled as fraud or genuine, right? So model learns from the fraud patterns. Like initially, whenever they make the machine learn, right? So first they will give the all the patterns, like what is the amount, location, frequency. Those are all details will be given to the machine, and machine will learn from it, and it will detect automatically whenever the details are given to the machine. Okay. So here we can see like a flag transactions or label data, patterns. So that it will understand those ones, then it will give you the detection. Okay. So that was credit card fraud detection. So recent, I mean, like most of the thing in other countries or USA or some other countries, right? Like if whenever anyone, for example, I saw like many scenarios that in the midnight or in particular time, right? You will see amount will be getting deducted from your account, and immediately you will get a call from the bank that okay, we are seeing like of some fraud detection, like some of the amount got deducted from your guys. How they are knowing it? Because they will see how what is the pattern, and from where from which location you got the money got deducted. For example, the guy was staying in Nebraska. I mean, the guy was staying in a like Hyderabad, and the money was deducted from some other like New York or some other South Africa, right? So obviously that will comes under the fraud detection, and bank employees will detect that, and they will call directly and ask, okay, so this is what happening. So we are going to block your credit card or debit card for few days. I mean, like block your card, and they will give a new card. And the other example, like self-driving cars, so we can see that Tesla car, that's the more good example. So here we can see how that will recognize, right? Recognize the people, like whether the people was there in front of the car, and how many cars were going side by side or front and back, and everything it will take care, and it will decide whether to go on this particular lane or not, right? So that will be taken. So here we can see like images, videos labeled with road signs, lanes, pedestrians, everything is learned by the machine learning by giving all the videos and images, right? So So obviously the Tesla, whoever the engineer is, right? So they train that machine by giving those all these pictures or videos, how the signals will be, how the signals look like, and how the lanes look like, right? Everywhere the lanes will not be the same, right? So that's how the machine will learn, and it will give you the right direction. And we are seeing in Tesla like autopilot, right? So in the by using that autopilot like application, right? So system will decide where to go and what is the like destination, all those things it will decide. Okay, so model learns how to respond to situations like stops at red lights, avoid obstacles, all those things the system will decide based on that. Okay. And next good example is, I mean, like other examples are like medical diagnosis, X-rays labeled as disease, no disease, voice assistance, audio mapped to the commands, and stock prediction, trends labeled with outcomes up and down. Okay. So medical diagnosis, like usually in some areas, right, based on the X-ray, so where it will confirm, but still you have to go to the doctor and see like whether that you're having a problem or not, right? So still that is there, but initially, or I mean like initially overview kind of you will get the details like whether you have a disease or not. And coming on voice assistant, like if you see, right, in some of the website, automatically one pop-up will come and it will ask like, do you want any help, right? And whenever you type some your message and everything, so it will look for certain keywords like, for example, if you go to a particular website like motor vehicle website, okay, and if you type like a car in your sentence, if there is a car or maintenance or something kind of like based on that keywords, it will give you the details. Okay, this guy, if you provided a maintenance, then it will predict that okay, this guy required some maintenance for the car, and it will give the details. Okay, you have to call this number, this and that, like that. And the next one is a stock prediction. So yeah, the most websites and applications are there, many are there in the market, like which will predict the stocks. So based on that, it will give you whether you can decide like whether we can put the money, invest the money on the stock or not. So those are all details there, but still these applications or anything, right? So anything anyway, those will not decide based on the outside market, right? But still, the anyway, for the stocks, you have to decide. Actually, you have to know the things what's going on in the market and decide what to do and whether to invest the money or withdraw the money from that stock. Okay. Yeah, finally, summary that supervised learning uses labeled data sets. So, so it will have a like data sets means it will have around the data like years data, it will be there. So from there you have to get the data and make the system learn. And then once you provide some data, I mean like some question or questions like if you give another sample data, then it will give you a possible predicted, it will predict it. For example, yeah, like in any sessions you will see that there will be a house prediction one like for example, from if you give the data between like 2020 to 2023, then based on that it will predict like how much can be the cost for a house in 2024 or 2025, right? So those details will be predicted. But yeah, that's how it works. So this was the supervised learning related details. Maybe I will come up with more examples in the next sections or more. And also yeah, the supervised learning, right, it's all about the two algorithm, that is regression and classification. I will come up with those example like how to know, I'm like what regression will do and what this one classification will do. Okay, so that's it for the guys. I think I think we are good to close the session. So thanks for watching. Bye bye.